This year's championship sees a new sponsor in the form of Marangoni Tyres, but there's also another important backer in the form of Stratus FM. Earlier on, I managed to catch up with Paul Winrow from Stratus FM to have a chat. Why did you actually get involved in this championship?
Well, apart from the obvious advantage to our business, we're very pleased to be able to facilitate television coverage this year for the whole of the production BMW Championship.
And what exactly is Stratus FM?
Well, Stratus FM is a company that looks after buildings. We look after the control systems that you find within big buildings.
Why specifically then production BMW?
Well, we've been involved in racing for some years now, and we do like one-make championships. We think it brings out the best in the drivers. And the production BMW Championship is obviously very competitive, a wide range of drivers. We think that the scrutineering and the policing of the championship is very fair, all a very level playing field.
It's also quite nice because it's quite a family-orientated championship as well, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, you see in the paddock here today, whole families in their caravans or their campers, and everybody getting involved.
For the third and final race for the BMWs today, there's a certain feeling of déjà vu here at the front of the grid. Matthew Parks finds himself in third position once again, Liam Crilley in second, and back in pole, earlier winner Ben Winrow.
Third and final race of the weekend, huge grid as ever, really looking forward to this one. The lights are on, out they go, and we're racing. It's a brilliant start from Liam Crilley, a terrible getaway once more from Ben Winrow, and the Wildman's also had a good jump from the lights. He moves in second as Matthew Parks goes side by side with Ben Winrow in towards paddock. I think Winrow though should hold on in third, just about he does. Everybody else cleanly through, although four abreast in the midfield. That's what we want to see as they plunge down through paddock, up the hill towards Druids. Already Liam Crilley going defensive. Now the Wildman's around the outside, looks Ben Winrow trying to get around really the two leaders. Not sure he can quite do that. Slightly more optimistic braking points this time round as Winrow gets the slide on out of Druids. Challenging Wildman, then he looks to jink to the inside into Graham Hill Bend, thinks better of it. Others though slightly optimistic. That's James McIntyre, I think, who takes the grass in the midfield in the green Reaper back car as the leaders jink through Surtees already line astern. Simon Glenn trying to make amends from his earlier indiscretion, getting up alongside Jack Gabriel as once more Winrow challenges Wildman, and this time he's going to make it stick because Wildman runs wide through Clark Curve. Onto Brown Straight they come, and it's Winrow who's got the inside line. Provided he's got the momentum, he should be able to hold the position through Paddock Hill Bend, but Wildman disputes matters with him. Across the line they go, pretty much a dead heat across the line. The end of the first lap, and it's Wildman who edges ahead into the braking zone paddock, but Winrow goes through, and also trying to squeeze through into third is Matthew Parks. Close there between Parks and Wildman. Instead, Wildman looks to retaliate almost immediately and find his way back past Ben Winrow, who in turn is forced to go very defensively into Druids, as Nigel Lloyd-Jones is just there at the rear of that little group of cars as they descend down from Druids on towards Graham Hill Bend once more. And all the while, this is enabling Liam Crilley to try and make good his escape at the head of the field, because in qualifying, Winrow was a second a lap quicker than Liam Crilley, and so Liam needs to get as much of a gap as he can in these early stages. But already Ben Winrow is closing up onto the tail of Liam Crilley. He's brought that gap down to about 2 car lengths as they turn through clearways and then accelerate on through Clark Curve and along the Brabham Straight. And Winrow closing in the slipstream onto the tail of Liam Crilley. That gap is now down to about half a car length, and Ben Winrow looks to the outside tentatively as they arrive in towards Paddock Hill Bend. I don't think he's going to be quite close enough to challenge this time around, though he's not. So instead he has to just follow Liam Crilley through paddock. Down the hill they come, and then climbing up the hill towards Druids. Crilley to the inside, Winrow to the outside, and Ben Winrow attempting to carry that momentum through. He can't quite do it, so he remains in second position. The other order is pretty much as it was for those top 6 positions, although as close as you like. Again, Winrow looks to propel himself out of Graham Hill Bend, possibly move to the inside as they accelerate on towards Surtees. So he'll look to do, is he quite close enough, knowing still he has to content himself once more with settling into the slipstream behind Liam Crilley in the midfield. Battles really wherever you look as they turn through Graham Hill Bend. The leaders already out of clearways onto Brabham Straight, and Crilley tries to close on Winrow. They make contact. Scary stuff, but Crilley gives Ben Winrow racing room, and Ben Winrow, will he be able to take advantage of that? Accelerating along Brabham Straight, still Liam Crilley's not got enough of a gap to close the door, and that means that Winrow's going to go through Yes, he does. Ben Winrow into the lead of the race. Will he run wide? Can he keep the car on the racing line? Just about. He then moves immediately inside of the road, climbing the hill towards Druid. Liam Crilly, therefore, to the outside, runs it out quite wide, and that may just give Winrow the opening he was looking for. Yes, that gap goes out to now 2 car lengths. So margin is almost nothing, really. But in the Production BMW Championship, that is all the difference, with Andy Gay there looking to try and find his way past Mike Jones in car 66, but Mike holds on through Druids as we go back to the battle for 3rd position between Alan Wildman in 131 and Matthew Parks 138. It's Parks in the white car there in 4th position, who looks the inside of Wildman in towards Paddock Hill. Ben Wildman, the rear of the car, breaks around to braking, but he just about holds his position. So it's Parks who's got the inside run as they climb up the hill towards Druids. He squeezes Alan Wildman. This is robust right for the pair of them as Wildman jinks to the inside, tries to force himself up the inside at Druids, which he does. And Matthew Parks can't have seen that coming. It's just an instinct move around the Wildman, but Parks already looking to fight back in towards Graham Hill. Benny goes to the move up the inside. They make contact. He pushes Wildman out wide. And well, this championship's got a yellow and red card system, and I just wonder if that's a booking there for Matthew Parks, because that move really wasn't on. In footballing terms, that was a Mario Balotelli moment, and as a result, Wildman's been kicked down to the rear of that train. So into 3rd place we've got Matthew Parks. 4th place is now Dean Spur, and then in 5th it's Nigel Olive Jones in the red 31 car, then Wildman back into 6th position. Alan Wildman will look to fight his way through the cars ahead of him to get back onto terms with Matthew Parks as quickly as possible, but Dean Spur and Nigel Olive Jones are formidable competitors both. There's Winrow in the lead, Liam Crilly in 2nd. Where's the fight for 3rd? Here it comes, various angles through Paddock Hill Bend. Now, as they were, it's Dean Spur who has to go defensive from Nigel Olive Jones, who instead contents himself with a half look around the outside. But he can't leave too much of an opening, because that will enable Alan Wildman to get through. Nigel Olive Jones keeping it a family affair, because his daughter Robin Olive was also competing in this race a little bit lower down the field. Olive Jones, though, won't be able to think about Robin's progress thus far, because he has got Alan Wildman right to the inside there, and Wildman looks to try and squeeze through at Surtees. Around the outside though goes Olive Jones. Super driving there. He gave him enough room but kept the momentum and maintained his place. The rest of the field streamed through as Neil Adams has a rotation on the exit of Surtees there in car 56. He rejoins several places lower down the order than when he left the track. As we go back to the fight for 3rd position, already they're into the traffic, none of which is of concern to Ben Winrow. He's building out quite the margin over Liam Crilly, and after qualifying, Liam was saying if he can finish within 10 seconds of Ben Winrow, that will be a good result for him. At the moment, the clock keeps going out. It'll be touch and go whether he can keep that margin down by the time the checker flag comes out. Well, there's a lot of racing to go. There's Wildman, he's found a way past Olive Jones. He's now onto the tail of Dean Spur. They're in the Schnitzer BMW livery number 27 car. Wildman closing the gap down into Graham Hill Bend. He thinks about an opening and he's going to go through. Dean Spur missing the apex. Slight mistake there from the Aussie. Maybe he was looking in his mirrors, but through goes Wildman. He gains 4th position as we've got a spin a little bit further down the order. It's a replay there of Christian Dean rotating into the gravel trap at Paddock Hill Bend. He should recover. Yes, he has, because Winrow flashes by once more on Christian Dean. His car out of the gravel trap, and Christian back into the action, albeit at the very back of the pack. Crilly also fighting his way through the traffic as Alan Wildman has got Dean Spur on his tail, which means we've had that switch as another spin from Neil Adams. So Adams not liking Surtees. He spun halfway round Surtees, and now he spun the entry to Clearways as well, as Ben Winrow looks to make it 2 wins from 2 starts here in the opening weekend of the season. It's been an emphatic performance from Ben Winrow. He exits Clearways for the final time, accelerating on towards the checkered flag, and he has built out that margin over Liam Crilly to 10.6 seconds. So Liam will go home disappointed. Ben Winrow heads away from Brands very happy. 2 wins, Liam Crilly finishing in 2nd, and then Matthew Parks, after that move at Graham Hill Bend, rounds out the podium after a frenetic race.
Well, the racing continues here at Brands Hatch, but that's it for the BMWs for now. It's certainly been a superb start to the season. Do join us again soon here on Motors TV for more fantastic racing.